Talking of infantry, give them all a big wave. This is our Bovington volunteer force. They're elite troops. They've been given a whopping 20 minutes of training. I'm sure nothing's going to go horribly wrong and we won't need them. I mean, we probably will, but I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine. Give them a big wave and a cheer as they get into the back of this vehicle. The 432 was developed because of the need to protect the infantry on a modern battlefield. Going into the 60s, the big threat was nuclear warfare. How are you going to fight on a contaminated battlefield? Realistically, you try not to, but if you can't, if you have to fight... They were upgraded to what we now know as Bulldog, and the Army, that is the variant the Army uses today. What is a good thing to point out as it goes away from us now is that a tank isn't just a tank, it is also a home for the crews. And that is represented by the good. What's he got there? He's got a bazooka. Infantry anti-tank weapons are dangerous to tanks later on in the war. He fires, he hits. Right, the battle group commander now has a decision to make. Does he stay and fight and risk getting knocked out, or does he leg it to fight another day? He legs it, which is the sensible decision. The Ruritanians have brought artillery fire down. They're trying to fix the Bovington tanks into position, but they managed to sneak away. The reason he ran away probably was because he didn't know what really threat he was facing. He didn't know what that looked like. Yes, it turned out, we can see it was just one bloke with a bazooka, but it might have been more. It could have been an ambush. Oh, that's not what we want, is it? What do we think of them? Boo! The Ruritanians have acquired a heavy armoured car, the Saladin. That is a late 1940s, early 1950s vehicle, which means... Oh no, they're putting the flag up as well. They've captured the mound. Okay, so the battle group commander is now dealing with armour, and he's got to retake the mound, which is not a good situation for him to be in. You can't get me, I have a high vis on. So the Saladin commander is now bringing this vehicle into what's called a hull down position. So a lovely little defensive position there that he can then hopefully spot the enemy before they spot him. And when I say hull down, I mean physically the hull is below the line of the terrain. So all the enemy is hopefully going to be able to see on his part is the gun and the turret. Usually your turret face is a bit heavy armoured as well, so you've got a bit of an advantage there. So the battle group commander now has to come up with a new plan. So he's sending out his reconnaissance assets, his recce vehicles. Yes, he's clearly employed the totally unprotected Jeep into the recce role. What's going to happen? Who's he aiming at? Whoa! That is not good for the battle group. That is their main reconnaissance asset knocked out. Someone missed. And whoa! So the infantry are now starting their attack. They're laying what's called covering fire. The mortar is coming down. So we have found the enemy. We are now fixing the enemy in position with artillery and mortar fire, which allows the covering of that, allows the tank to move into position. And the reason the mortar's fantastic is you can fire over things. That's your fuel just gone up. So the tank he's committed his heavy armour, the tank is swinging around into position to engage the enemy asset. I think we know who's going to win this one. Yep, that's gone well. So that is Dissident knocked out right there. He's going to play no longer any part in the battle. Oh look, it's Mother Snickers. Right, the infantry are coming forward. You've neutralised the armour, which means you can bring the infantry in. They are doing what's called a pepper pot attack, which means half the section advances while the other half provides covering fire. They are using the obstacles that are around them, and strategically placed, and they're going in for the last one. The bazooka operator clearly has learned from stormtroopers for their accuracy, but I'm not complaining. Oh, what's happening? And we have some prisoners. That is our display. Thank you all for listening. Hopefully you've learned something about how all of these different vehicles are supposed to operate together. Before you guys head off, I've got a couple of notices. Firstly, all the vehicles you've seen out here today are going to make their way over just in front of the big grey building, our Vehicle Conservation Centre.